Hello! So it is time to go on a tour of your canvas in my class. So what I'd like you guys to do is to go ahead and open your Chromebooks and go to your dashboard or your courses and choose my class. The first thing I want to point out to you guys is the title of this class is Art 7 Brawn 1A. That does not mean first period. First through seventh periods are housed under first period. So it's kind of complicated, but basically it makes it easier for me to share stuff to you guys. So I only have to click something once and it changes it for all the classes, whereas at the beginning of the year, I'd have to change things 6 times. It was kind of crazy. So even though it says 1A, don't be worried by that. So by now you should have pulled up your homepage, and this is going to really be your hub of information for my class. So once you scroll past this beautiful Hogwarts watercolor that I made, you're going to go down and you're usually going to see kind of a stack of announcements. Announcements isn't the right word. You're going to see basically a list of what we're working on. So very simply, because it's only the second day of art, it says, welcome to 7th grade art with Miss Braun. I'm so very excited to have you in my class. Here's a little information about this class. Just a little dewey about what we do. Talks about our goals, why we structure the class we do. These are some of the things you guys already know from some of the videos we've gone over. Here's what is really important for you to know is this bulleted list right here. This is basically your weekly agenda. Now, I use the term weekly very loosely because sometimes when we're working on modules, I only switch this when we work from module to module to module, or in other words, project to project to project, because sometimes our modules take 6 to 7 days to do. So I might not change this depending on that. So it doesn't necessarily mean Monday through Friday, though this week it does. So if you're home, if you're quarantined, if you're absent, if you are in person, if we are hybrid, if we are virtual, any of the learning models that we have went over this year, you need to look at the information here, because what's here is what you should be doing at home when you're quarantined and everything like that. So this week it'll always say currently working on, and this week, since it's the first week of art, we're just working through the introduction. And usually there will also be a list of daily things that we're doing, an agenda of sorts. Sometimes there's suggested things that you should be doing. Sometimes there's things that's like, hey, we need to be doing this. You'll always know when whatever we're currently working on for this week, Module 1 will be due Friday, February 5th at 11:59 p.m. So that's really good to have that on your kind of to-do list. If you're quarantined or absent, this is really important for you guys to understand. It is my expectation that you should be working along with us just as if you were in person. All instruction is in the Google Slides presentation in the assigned module. More on that in a second. Work along to the video slide by slide. At the beginning of each presentation is an overview video to help you understand the module. Watch the video, make art, submit art. That's kind of our motto in this classroom. If you finish early, you can even begin working on your Q1 art journals. That'll always say if you want to finish early, and then there's my contact information. So that little block of information that you guys see, you really want to always be checking on that, because like I said, it does change depending on what we're working on in class. Then we have some beautiful watercolor buttons that are here, and these watercolor buttons link to your modules. So right now there's only 2 modules that are open. Every time that we do a new project, a new module will be open. It just really allows you guys to have quick access to the exact module that we're working on. So we are working in module 1, so I'm just going to click on this pink button, and it should go to, the introduction. The second way that you can get to modules is just on your side navigation here. I don't have a lot of options for you guys over there because I think it's really confusing. And you'll notice we do not have an assignment section. That's because your assignments are nested in your modules. The way that your modules are built is you have a module, you have a page that has all your arts instruction in it. In that page is a Google Slides presentation. So let's go ahead and click on Module 1, and you'll see there's a little page icon, and there's arts instruction. Then below that are the assignments. You cannot go to the assignments before you've actually watched the instruction. So again, it's watch art, make art, submit art. So I'm going to click on this introduction. And this is where basically like the kind of overview of the module is going to be, and you're going to have a presentation that's linked. So this should look familiar to you guys because we did this yesterday. This is the whole entire Google Slides. So we post all of our instructional videos in the Google Slides presentations. It allows you guys to nicely go through the presentation and go step by step by step and work through beginning to end. So we have to always have two ways that we link the presentations. We have them embedded, which is what you see here. And we also have a separate external link, which is the way I prefer to go over presentations. So let's go back to the modules real quick. And let's talk about the assignment. So you know that something is an assignment, number one, when it has a due date and when it has points that are available to it. And you see this little teeny tiny pen that's on the page. That's how you know it's an assignment. So for module 1, you have 3 assignments worth altogether 50 points. So let's go ahead and click on Collaborative Art and Submission Practice. And your assignment will always have some sort of directions to it, and usually there'll also be a rubric attached. So in this one, you have when it's due, how many points it is, what the submission type's going to be. All of your submission types will be file upload. We'll have another video on that. And you'll have some sort of directions here. You need to read the directions so that you submit everything and get full points for the work that you're doing. While we're here, I would like to show you guys how you double check your submission. So let's say that you submit something and it wasn't submitted right. Right here, I've already submitted my work, or a test student has already submitted their work for this. So I'm going to go to Submission Details. And this is going to show me what I submitted, the picture that I submitted. You can even click on it to see it. Oh, well, downloaded, but it's me. And you can see that I made a comment. I like the color cerulean, just like Miss Braun. And then look, Miss Braun wrote back, I really like the variety of dots that you did. We are favorite color twins. Yay. So if you want to see what kind of feedback I give you, you can do that by going to Submission Details. You can also do it by going to Grades. And usually underneath here, we'll see where it says Collaborative Art. I can click on this little comment. It's not commented. And boom, comments are there. A lot of times it'll also just, when I go back to modules and I go to the assignment that's housed in that module, there's usually like recent feedback is over here to the side too. So there's multiple ways that you can see comments, and we really appreciate when you guys see comments. The last thing that is not on here yet is announcements. I use announcements very rarely to make announcements. I don't make an everyday announcement. I don't link a bunch of things in the announcements. It's your job to know how to navigate the page. And since there's so little on the page, you really should be able to navigate it quite easily. But there will be times when I make announcements that maybe you have to do something special. Maybe there's a reminder I want to give you, and those types of things. So you'll just want to pay attention to those announcements when they come. So that is all I have to show you guys.